challenge today. I know, I've got a bit of a thing about playing fast, and to me it is important as a guitarist. I don't think it's like the most important thing in the world, but I just enjoy it. I think obviously, all these wonderful tutorials on YouTube, should I do this, should I do that? And you just got to do what you want as a guitarist. You got to have fun doing it and just spend your time getting good at it. So for me, it is at the moment about speed. I went through a very long phase as really trying hard to improve what I was doing with my blues playing, and I'm happy with where I am with that at the moment. I'm not particularly happy with my speed at the moment, so I'm doing loads of different things to try and just progress with my speed. I'm going to teach you a little exercise. It incorporates a couple of things which is really hard. I'm going to highlight what tempos you should be trying this at and a little bit of what's going on there. So really simple pattern to begin with. I'll teach you the pattern to start. So you've got a G major pattern. That's what we're going to use to begin with. And we're just going to go 3, 5, 7 on the low E. I've been going on and on and on at everyone recently to learn the notes of the fretboard. So I'm going to go through this as fret numbers and notes just to kind of fill you in. So we're playing G, A, B on the low E, 3, 5, 7. On the A string we're playing C, D, and E, again 3, 5, 7 from your G major scale. Okay, so we're going 3, 5, 7, G, A, B, 3, 5, 7, C, D, and E. Okay, we're going to double that on both strings. So we're going to both string on both strings. So we're going to go. Okay, so alternate picking. This is what I consider sort of my speed challenges to be about. Is about incorporating your alternate picking, left, right hand, your legato stuff. I've done a video on that, but this is about your alternate picking. So we're going to go. Okay, not too bad to begin with. Then we're going to change things up a little bit. So that first little bit is going to be done in 16th note triplets, right? So we're going to, every beat, we're going to do 6 notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, it's really easy once you're in the flow of something to just stay there. So if I was to give you an exercise which is just going to go, it's easier to do that. So we're going to change it up. We're going to introduce a descending pattern, and we're going to swap to 16th notes, straight 16th notes. So that's going to be 4 notes per beat. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think that's what I'm playing anyway. And that is going to be B, A, G, F sharp, I know what I'm doing. And then we're going to do B, G, F sharp, E. So we go. Your fret numbers, so a little bit quicker. Fret number 4 on the G, down to 7 on the D, down to 5 on the D, down to 4 on the D. And we're going to start at 7 on the D, and we're going to go down to 5 on the D, 4 on the D, before finishing at 7 on the A string. Okay? So that would give us. None of those. Okay? It's not the hardest pattern in the world. It's that turnaround that's going to mess you up. Okay? So how do you approach this challenge? That's the thing to think about, isn't it? How do you progress? How do you get faster? First of all, know the pattern. Forget speed to begin with, understand it. Play as slowly as you can. Okay. Once you're comfortable with the pattern, find a speed you can play it at comfortably. So I'm going to take the metronome down to 80. Okay. It doesn't matter what you start at. You start at 40, 60, doesn't matter. You've got to find your path through this. So I'm just giving you an example, okay? You might start at 120. You might be a million times faster than me already. There's our click. If I was to play at 80 beats per minute, that's going to be... I want to get up to around about the 120 marker. That seems to be the magic number for me. That's when I think it's still relatively musical. I've got a student who's always complaining about shred music, doesn't like it at all, you know who you are. And although yes, it's not insanely important, you know, why not? That's what I would say. So I'm going to push this up to 100 now, and that's where I'm going to start to struggle, which is another thing I would say, work out where it becomes hard work. Work out where that wall is that you hit and you're kind of like, I can't do any more than that. Because then you've got to look at your technique. So for me, it's around about 100 beats per minute. I've really got to think about what I'm doing. I've really got to think what I'm doing. So that's... So I think when I was practicing, I managed to get up to about 110 comfortably, because don't forget, you don't want to sacrifice the quality of what you're playing. You don't want to just start playing a bunch of mush. You want to actually hear what you're playing. So I'm going to give you an example of me playing it at 110. This is where I'm going to fail miserably. Oof. Okay, right, here we go. Ready? Sweating. See? It's not easy, and this is now my goal. This is to get past here. So not bad, not 100%. So that is going to be what I work towards. So I'll probably dial it back ever so slightly. I'll probably dial it back to around about 107. When you're doing your training, when you're trying to get faster, keep the increments relatively small. So if you start at 80 and it's a breeze, knock it up 5. Yeah? If that's easy, go up to 90. Keep going in increments of 5 until it all becomes a little bit too much. Then start going up in singles, just 1, 2, you know, don't go any higher than that, because you want to measure the quality as you're going. If you go from 100 to 120, it's probably going to go very wrong. This is obviously just me judging by my own standards. You lot, I've seen the guitarists on YouTube, they're insane. So yeah, so this is what I would suggest. So very quickly to summarize my waffling, there's the exercise. You've got the exercise. If I get any requests for tab in the comments, I will provide tab lecture quite happily. I think it's quite an easy pattern to follow. Set yourself, learn the pattern properly. Set yourself a reasonable starting speed, yeah? Make sure it sounds good, and then start pushing yourself up to a speed where it starts to feel a little bit uncomfortable. As you hit that point, look at your technique, look at going up in small increments, okay? So the only advice I can give you technique-wise is don't forget to put a small angle on your plectrum, so you're making less sort of, you know, you're not maximizing your drag by string content or contact even. You're just ever so slightly putting it on an angle so it will glide. So that kind of looks like that. So if your plectrum was facing the strings, like that, okay? So as I'm doing that, I'm just tilting it forward ever so slightly. You get, if you tilt it forward too much, it's doing that, which isn't nice. So you want to make sure that the sound quality of what you're playing doesn't be compromised by the speed, but obviously, you know, you've got to work through this. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. If you like the video, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. And it's all good. Yeah, cool. See you around. Bye.